Someone threw away their flashlight at the gas station. Hold on a minute. Flash or flesh? Hey everyone, Noble Xenon here, and we haven't done this one in a while, but welcome back to r/Trashy. Let's get started. So, this next one is living her best life. I gave up custody of my kids to spend more weekends like this, and lists 10 reasons why she gave him full custody and don't regret it. Number 1, I was mentally checked out before the relationship even ended. Well, if the father cares more about the kids, then those kids might be better off with him. And Jamba Lamba says, why is this trashy? She did a favor to those kids, especially if she doesn't want to be a mom. Well, both can be true. Like, it doesn't automatically cancel each other out. On r/mildly infuriating, buffet just opened at my sister's wedding and they immediately packed food to take home. This happened during my sister's wedding reception. The food was just announced open for the buffet, and while most guests were lining up to eat, some of my relatives from my mother's side skipped the line completely and started filling plastic bags with food to take home before even having a plate for themselves. It was so embarrassing, especially for the newlyweds who paid for everything. Like, can we enjoy the event? And the reply, that's some trashy shit. And here you are on r/Trashy. Pickles and Bacon asks, who brings plastic bags to a wedding? The kind of people who get a wedding invitation and think, wow, free food. And now someone's acting perfectly normal on their way to work today in Paris. Good lord, I get you're not you when you're hungry, but this is insane. Like, he's just going at it with all kinds of kicks and punches. I think everyone agrees it's infuriating when you pay for something at a vending machine and you don't get it, but you don't have to do this. This next one is so gross. Cross-posted from the Sips Tea community. Back in 2020, she posted an article titled, "Cheating on my husband made me a better mother. My affair made me happier and by consequence also my kids." But speaking of consequences, 2 years later, I never planned to be divorced and poor in middle age. I thought I'd be married with money. Life changes. Sometimes we can control these changes and sometimes we can't. And this is one that you could control. But apparently this is all rage bait because she has over a dozen stories, but the timeline just can't work. So trashy for different reasons? We go to LA for this next one, and what a sign. We'll eat wet coochie for $10 N-word Popeyes chicken. What? The lengths people will go to make $10. When you gotta eat, you gotta eat, in more ways than one. And now a 27-year-old Florida woman has been arrested for posting multiple videos involving, the kinds of activities you don't want to do to your pet chihuahua and selling them on different websites. And I'm gonna guess one of those websites was OF. And of course it had to be Florida. What other place would it be? Oh my goodness, the poor dog. Send this woman to jail immediately! Friggin' finally, dude, I made the list. Congratulations, what list? The wanted list, of course. Oh, and don't forget to pay my bail on OF, of course. She is wanted by the county sheriff's office, Criminal Warrant Division, for DUI, impaired ability first offense. You know, if you're wanted by the police, don't do this. This is about the dumbest thing you can do. By the way, I'm looking at the comment section, and how down bad do you have to be to ask for this person's OF on r/Trashy? Oh, Reddit. And now someone attacked the goose unprovoked in my town, so the restaurant had to put up a sign. Please refrain from feeding and hitting the geese. Use other door if needed. Game and Wildlife have been contacted. Thank you for your cooperation. Now, there are a lot of people in this comment section that are like, you know, geese, this probably wasn't unprovoked. But the OP claims there are witnesses, camera evidence that has been turned over to the authorities and everything. And now an insane Facebook post. What a wonderful day I had. Things are finally falling into place and I am so much stronger and confident than have been in a long time. Even my pap smear went wonderful. Lol, so small down south, they have to use a children's clamp. What? I officially have re-virginized myself, and I am so proud of myself. Re-virginize yourself? What? That is not how any of that works. Like, this is the definition of TMI. Like, we don't need to know all that from a random Facebook post, alright? And now never leave your teeth unattended. This may be a long shot, but if you were at this local bar last week and lost your teeth, we found them. So come on down and pick them up. Maybe have a couple drinks while you're at it. And for this next one, you're in for a big surprise. What a title. Janitor sentenced 6 years after being convicted of urinating in bottles, giving women incurable STDs. That is absolutely disgusting. Like, just why? I was thinking about wanting to know what goes through these people's minds, but it would be way too disgusting, so I'd rather not. The civil lawsuit alleges building management didn't notify tenants until 6 days after they received video that showed the janitor tainting an employee's water bottle. 6 days? You've gotta be kidding me! Hey, if you're enjoying this video, then why not like, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell? Okay, it's actually kind of crazy putting the if you enjoy this video segment after that, but this next one faked a death as an April Fool's joke. Like, I get you want to be funny on April Fools, pranking everyone, but this is taking it too far. From the motorcycles community on Reddit, in loving memory of Medusa, a funeral service will be held this April 5th at this funeral home in Texas. As this saddens me, I'm her best friend and I got a call at 1 a.m. and was told a drunk driver hit and run killed Medusa. She was on her motorcycle. If you must attend the funeral, please RSVP. And then, a while later, gotcha, April Fools! Haha. Did you laugh? Did anyone laugh? No? People were actually really worried, and now they feel like they've been emotionally manipulated. Oh, okay then. Now I can't put my finger on it, but it seems like there's a consistent theme today during my Reddit scroll, a bit of a trend going on today, and I don't like it. On r/NotTheOnion, in this case r/I wish this was the Onion, Mississippi woman sentenced for unnatural intercourse with a dog. People need to leave these animals alone. And then on r/FU in particular, this red and black stuffed horse in the clearance section of the garden department at Walmart. Teen caught making love to stuffed horse in Walmart, and it's our favorite state once again, Florida. A Florida teen was caught yesterday using a stuffed horse to, pleasure himself in a Walmart in Florida, of course. At least the second one wasn't a real animal, but you know we live in a crazy world when I have to go out of my way to say that. We go to Foot Locker for this next one. Foot Locker security guard stuck his finger in a shopper's belly button and groped another, says a lawsuit. Like, what is wrong with people? What is even going on? Things like this don't just happen at the club or a bar, accuser Brian told The Independent. It's happening when you're shopping for a pair of socks. What is with all these kinds of freaky activities? This needs to stop. You smell that? It's absolutely disgusting. It smells like there is poo in the shower. Attention members. Some of our members find it funny to defecate on our bathroom floors. We find this behavior so vulgar and completely unacceptable, not to mention totally against health regulations and has to be stopped. If anyone has any information or can help us in any way, please see us in the office, and there will be a reward for your help and your information will be kept in confidence. Thank you. And this Redditor really commented, this is disgusting. I mean, I've pooed in my own shower occasionally, but to do it in a gym's bathroom? Come on. Wait, what? I can only hope this is a joke. But with the stuff we've seen today, who really knows? For this next one, sometimes your kids can't even keep you from the streets. I don't know about you, and this may just be my opinion, but I don't think you're going to get very many quality matches by having this whole mess in your background and what appears to be your child wrapped around you front and back, touching some rather particular areas. And now the fact that this sign had to be put up. Guests, please refrain from smoking at our window. Thank you. Like, people, please, can you keep your smoke away from the people who are trying to serve you? Thank you very much. But on the topic of smoking, this one is literally at the entrance of the emergency department. Smoking right in front of a sign with a picture of a girl saying your smoke makes me feel like I'm choking. And not just any girl, a cystic fibrosis patient. Yeah. The sign also says, please don't smoke here, no smoking or vaping on hospital grounds, with this person right here literally smoking right in front of the sign. Which is even worse than the last one, because there are sick patients at the hospital, and many of them can't tolerate that smoke. And now, this is not normal behavior? No, this literally just happened, and I was going through the slides with my kids because it was pictures of me and my kids, and boom! My 19-year-old goes, Lord, Mama Coochie on the screen! I tried to die, I was so embarrassed. Now, why on earth did you feel it was okay and normal to tell the world this? And the context for this one, Snapchat be like a year ago from today, and it's me using my fingers on myself. You see, this is why you need to hide such pictures, just to make sure that those explicit pictures don't go to unintended recipients. And now Chiefs fans are leaving fake bad reviews for Eagles players' mom's restaurant. Awful. Chiefs fans and Swifties are leaving fake bad reviews to CJ Gardner-Johnson's mother's restaurant in Florida. Like, what did she do? CJ's mother did not do anything, and they're putting her livelihood at risk. Sports are never this serious. Make sure to show your support to King's Grill in Rockledge. And you can see some of the negative reviews, terrible customer service, and below average food. A lot of these an hour ago, 2 hours ago, worst food and service of my life. The chicken was raw, they should close it down for putting people's lives at risk. That is a wild thing to claim in a completely fake review. Now I would say I hope these reviews get deleted, but apparently the restaurant's already closed, so people are leaving these reviews for no reason. But you know, haters aren't exactly known for looking at little details like knowing if the restaurant is actually open or not. Like, they just see a target and go. And now apparently Sydney Sweeney is taking notes from Belle Delphine because now she's selling soap with her own bathwater in it and causes fans to go nuts. Gross, says the headline. This one must be for the people who are irredeemably down bad. Crazy thing is, it's probably gonna sell. I mean, brilliant marketing, I suppose. And you can see the box right here. Dr. Squatch limited edition men's natural soap called Sydney's Bathwater Bliss. She's got a whole partnership for this? Wow. This next one's for the big game, and she's projecting the big game on her wedding dress. Honestly, I don't even know why this one's on here. I just included it because it's pretty funny. Definitely some points for creativity on that one. This next one is just wild. Paid a professional £550 deposit, so-called professional. And yeah, this one gets wild. After seeing someone else post about IMC, I thought I'd share my awful experience with him as well to raise awareness in hopes people avoid him in the future. I did put this in the comments of the original post as well, but thought I'd give it its own post too, so it shows up if anyone searched his name in here. Anyways, he came out to mine to quote me for a job back in February/March, seemed lovely at first and very professional, gave him a £550 deposit, then he came out the next day using the excuse that he needed to measure up again even though he'd already done it the previous day, and when he came out the second time, he added £800 onto my original agreed upon quote. Then he started telling me what he was gonna do in my garden instead of doing the job I was asking him to do and what I was paying him to do. Then he started flirting with me and I had to remind him several times he was just here to do a job, nothing more. Then he helped himself to alcohol in my house and started drinking my alcohol in my house while discussing the work he was meant to be doing. Then he asked to borrow a $5 and use my bathroom, which I stupidly allowed him to do, and when he got finished in the bathroom and came back downstairs, he bragged about the line he just sniffed in my bathroom that my two very young kids used, and even whipped out his baggie in front of my two young kids. Wouldn't even give me the $5 back that he'd obviously used to sniff his line. mine. What? Then he got way too overly friendly with my kids as well, telling them I'm your mammy's friend and then teaching them how to throw? You mean throw? Friggin' punches in that. When I finally got rid of him, he'd drive his van away from mine while still drinking the alcohol he'd taken from mine and while under the influence that he'd sniffed in mine too, by the way. I messaged him, telling him I wanted my deposit back as I was gonna go with someone else for the work after what he'd done in mine that day, only to be told he couldn't return my deposit as he used my money to pay his business tax. Are we sure about that? And insurance, while it should have been used for materials. And when I argued that point, he rang me and got really nasty with me and even threatened me as well if I didn't drop it. And he now has me blocked and never got my money back. Good lord, there is no way this happened, right? Like, this just turned into a completely insane story. And now we have someone who stamped this on a $5 bill. Donald Trump lives here in the friggin' Lincoln Memorial? You sure about that, buddy? This next one was found in the employee bathroom, no less. Wow, what a waste of toilet paper. Just throwing it in the toilet so no one else can use it. And what is with the people in this comment section saying it's funny? Like, what's so funny about wasting toilet paper? Like, is that peak comedy to you? This next one simply titled, I Can Fix Her, cleaning my headboard cause y'all literally chewed me in the comments. Good lord, look at the state of that. At least she's cleaning it now, I guess, but it shouldn't take people chewing you out in the comments to do that. This next one is now accepting gently used baby mamas. Save a horse, ride my face. Bruh. Now these are the kinds of posts where I want to know what people are thinking when they do something like this. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but at least they're leaving the animals alone. For this next one, this guy is really bringing down the tone at Knott's Berry Farm, looking like you belong on a registry wearing that to a family park with your small child. The back of the hoodie says, I just came here to get my D sucked. Yep, wearing that where there are children all over the place. Could you not wear something else? And now this guy tries to steal the meal delivery robot from a restaurant, and you can see him just carry it out the door. But too bad for him, restaurant employees were right there ready to take that robot back. Like, what are you even gonna do with a meal delivery robot? Sell it to who? And for this next one, credit card fees. Now the servers can pay them. Attention all tipped employees, servers, bartenders, and hosts. We are here to screw you! No, that would be too direct. Let's see what it actually says. In keeping up with the changing climate in the restaurant industry, restaurants nationwide are trying to come up with a plan to absorb credit card fees. It's not legal to directly pass them off onto the customer, so what we're seeing is that many restaurants are having tipped employees help absorb those fees. Right, cause you can't possibly take a little off those precious profits. You have to take those fees from your hard-working employees instead. After much discussion, we've determined that we will be doing the same. Tipped employees are able to manipulate their income by the level of service they give to our guests. Peace Pizza House has put forth much effort and money to make sure our employees have everything at their disposal, such as support staff, top-of-the-line POS systems, guest amenities, a positive atmosphere, and the like for you to thrive. Everything except letting people keep their tips, apparently. You're just as much in business for yourself here at Peace Pizza House as we are. Your section is your real estate. It is up to you to maintain the real estate we provide, and that will directly affect your income, using the wrong form of effect. However, with income comes costs. One of those costs is credit card fees. Accepting credit cards is a luxury that we provide to our guests, but it comes with a cost. Effective Monday, January 20th, 2025, all tipped employees will be required to absorb 2% of all credit card sales per shift. Peace Pizza House will absorb the rest. In hopes to offset this, we will be increasing the default tip amounts by 2% each as well. So you're still kinda indirectly passing this off to the customer. Also, you're telling me that taking the credit card fees from the customers is illegal, but taking those fees from your own employees is not? Where is this? Servers will be straightforward. 2% of credit card fees will be deducted out of the end of the day's shift review. Bartenders and hosts that split tips will be automatically configured upon hours worked. Joe and the GMs of both locations will assess this policy quarterly and will adjust accordingly depending upon the number of credit card transactions and fees. The crazy part is that they wouldn't even be here if they just raised the prices by 2%. Like, they didn't even have to do this to keep their profits. For this next one, a homeless video goes viral and users' reactions are priceless. What her only streets? Cake is cake no matter the baker. I have a business idea. Homeless not cakeless eyes emoji. What's her homely fans? Homely fans! Homeless but still owns a dump truck. This is why we do not look at the IG Reels comment sections. Like, I don't know what it is about them, but they have some of the most unhinged comments of all time. This next one seems like a classy joint, featuring the Proud Boys burger. Yeah, what a name. White American cheese, onion ring layers of truth, resilience pickles, freedom fries, which hasn't it been over like 2 decades since freedom fries were a thing? Cancel culture coleslaw, and Liberty sauce. You don't want to know what's in the Liberty sauce. For this next one, this woman was accused of stealing a wig off a corpse at a funeral home. All I want to know is why. A woman has been arrested after allegedly entering a restricted area and taking a wig from a body at a Tyler funeral home. On May 23rd, a funeral director reported to police that someone had taken a wig off a body according to an affidavit. The director said Tanya, 55, of Jacksonville, had come into a preparation area the day before and stolen the item. On Wednesday, an officer with the Tyler Police Department spoke with the director, who said an employee had seen her leaving the garage that connects to the restricted prep room with a reddish-brown wig in her hand. The director said they realized one was missing from a body the next day. The affidavit says the employees are familiar with her due to other incidents over the years, including thefts around the area. So this isn't her first time doing something like this. No. Looks like we have ourselves a serial thief. She's been charged with theft of property from a human corpse and booked in the Smith County Jail with a $75,000 bond. And there you go, r/trashy. Some of the stuff here is just wild. So, I'd like to thank all of my members, especially Amethyst Phoenix, Catalin Cormendi, and Mike Hawk. Hold up. You can join simply by clicking the join button below. Feel free to like, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell if you enjoyed it, and feel free to comment if you've got something on your mind.